Hello everyone, Brandon Harlow's here with 3X Logic, and today we are logged into INFINIAS Cloud. What we're looking at here is the dashboard. The dashboard is a new feature added in version 7.1, and it can be found not only in INFINIAS Cloud, but INFINIAS Professional and INFINIAS Corporate as well. The dashboard has two main functions. The first being an area where you could add a sitemap. A sitemap is simply just an image that you upload from your PC, and it gives you a better visual of the environment that you are controlling. The second feature on the dashboard, over to the right, are two areas in which you can add a camera feed, a live camera feed. So INFINIAS has always been able to integrate with 3X Logic visual cameras, but now we have given you a space right at the front to where you can see live videos and you can actually switch and toggle between cameras. So today we're going to learn how to add a sitemap and learn how to do overlays on that sitemap, and we are also going to add a camera appliance such as an NVR and share camera feeds. Let's start with the sitemap. In order to perform this function, you will need to either be logged in as an administrator or as a supervisor, and you can perform this from either the home screen or the configuration side. Simply click on the upload icon, which is in the upper left hand corner. That will prompt you to browse your PC or server for an image, and as you can see here, there are several file extensions which can be used here. We're going to simply pick the office layout PNG, click select, and that will upload it to the space. So pretty cool. We can see what we're controlling, but we can actually do some more with this by clicking the edit button down in the lower left. And that gives us two icons, first being a door and the second being a camera. So we haven't set up the cameras yet, so we'll just stick with the doors. In order to overlay a door onto your sitemap, simply click it. It will turn red, and then click on the map where you would like to place that door. Once you select where you would like to place that overlay, you then are prompted to select what that door is. So in my environment, I have four doors, one being an elevator. The others are a conference room, executive office, and lobby. So this is the lobby door. I'll go ahead and select that. And I'll continue to do that for the rest of my doors in here. So I have a conference room door, and I have an executive office door. Once I'm done, you want to make sure you come down here and click save, and it will give you a little message that yes, it has been saved. Now that these are there, what can we do with them? Well, if I click on one of those, I have the ability to lock the door, unlock the door, or just momentarily unlock the door. One thing that you will need to note is that if you do unlock this door, of course that door is going to be unlocked, but you do need to remember to come back in and lock the door after you are done. Of course, you can always momentarily unlock, and then that will unlock for a certain amount of time and then will lock directly. Now let's take a look at the camera feeds. We'll first need to set up an appliance. An appliance can be anything like a 3X Logic NVR, a 3X Logic standalone or all-in-one camera, or a Visual Cloud camera. To do this, we'll go to the configuration section. Configuration button is found on the upper right hand corner. It could also be in a drop-down menu depending on your screen resolution. Once you're on the configuration side, we'll want to go to the video tab. And you can see we don't have anything set up, no appliances, and therefore no cameras. Let's set up an appliance. There are a few ways to do this. Visual Connect refers to the Visual NVR. NVR uses Visual Connect to relay information across the cloud. Direct connection cannot be done on the cloud, but if you have an on-prem system, you can directly connect the NVR to your INFINIAS platform, or you can use the Visual Cloud connection, which is a Visual Cloud camera. Let's start with the Visual Connect. So we're going to be adding an NVR. And we'll want to give it a name, and then we type in the alias or the serial number. So this is set up on your NVR, and you'll just need to type that in here. course, you'll need to provide a username and password for that. And then you pick the zone. So this is where you will pick what zone you would like this available for. Remember, the higher that you go, everything below that will also have access. And while we're here, let's go ahead and add a second appliance. This time we're going to connect to a Visual Cloud camera. Of course, we need to name that. And you will need to insert your Visual Customer API key, which can be found in Visual Cloud. And of course, you'll need to pick the zone. So remember, the higher level zone will open that up for everything below, and we can create. And we should have an additional camera, and here it is. You can tell by the appliance that is our Visual Cloud camera, as opposed to all the other NVR cameras that we've added. Now that we have some cameras added to our system, we can go back to the dashboard, and again, you can do this on the configuration side, or you can go back to the home side and simply just click on that space. It's going to give you a list of all the available cameras, including not just your NVR cameras, but that cloud camera. And you just simply click on that, save it, and you now have a live view. Same thing with the bottom. We'll go ahead and just select one of our cameras, and you have, again, a live view. Now, if we look back over at our site map, if you remember, we did have a camera icon, so go ahead and click that edit button. Click on your camera, and then you can lay that camera anywhere on the site map that you wish. We'll just click this one out here, and we'll select one of our cameras. Save it. Now, once you have a camera that is overlaid on your site map, you can click on that camera and you can view that live. What that's going to do is that's going to pop up a new window, and you can switch back and forth between high and low resolution. You can create a snapshot. You can go to Playback. If you go to Playback, then you have your controls here that you can search. You can scroll through the timeline here and get an idea of what is happening on that camera. So that's it. The dashboard, a new feature introduced in 7.1, will allow you to add a site map and overlay doors and cameras. And then we also have the two available camera feed options to the right that allow you to see live view of cameras that you select. If I did want to select a separate camera, I simply just click, scroll down to the camera that I would like to see, click that, save it, and that's going to switch over. And as long as that camera is up and running, then you should be good to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, and we'll see you again next time.